it's Ann Taylor Pittman, Executive Editor at Cooking Light. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am super excited because we have a very special guest here with us today. This is Bailey Ray. Her website is baileyraykitchen.com.
Yes.
And she's going to share one of her wonderful recipes that helps you eat more plant-based.
Correct. Yes, we're going to make a poblano mac and cheese today. And the key to this is that it's a lighter version of mac and cheese. So, yeah, we'll start with some coconut oil. And I love using a cast iron skillet because then you can just use one skillet really for the whole dish.
And serve it on the table?
Yes, and it looks beautiful. And we'll add in some onion, some poblano peppers, which I really find poblanos have much better flavor than just a traditional green bell pepper. And then a little jalapeno for some spice. If you don't like spice, you could omit. We'll saute this up with a good pinch of salt.
Awesome. Now tell me how this idea came to you to do the poblano peppers and the jalapenos for your mac and cheese.
Well, I love a mac and cheese that has a little bit of a different flavor. Something that's not quite your traditional mac and cheese. And I think poblanos just have awesome, awesome flavor. Have a fun, spicy bite on your traditional mac and cheese. Okay, so this will saute down for about 7 minutes. You really want the onions to turn translucent. And so during this time, I like to make my cashew cream, which is the part of this recipe that lightens up the mac and cheese so you can enjoy it kind of guilt-free.
Awesome. I like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So for the cashew cream, we'll start with some unsweetened original almond milk. So no vanilla flavoring in there. That'll add a really funky flavor.
Okay.
If you get the vanilla.
Almond milk. Okay.
And then some raw, soaked, or boiled cashews.
Okay.
So my trick on these is sometimes you'll see to soak the cashews for like 8 hours. But who has time for that or who remembers to do it?
I don't.
So you can just boil them for 15 minutes until they get nice and soft.
That is a great time saver because
Yes.
that has stopped me short on some recipes that
Right.
use like a cashew cream.
Yes. And they'll have you add in the nutritional yeast.
Ooh, so this is a fun ingredient. Let's
Yes.
take a look at that.
Such a fun ingredient. It adds in a great cheesy flavor with a good pack of vitamins. Some B vitamins and do you know what else in there?
I don't even know. I should know.
I know B vitamins.
Because I know we use it
It's
a
like
lot.
one plant-based source of B vitamins.
And I think like it adds a really savory flavor and kind of. So this is a mac and cheese without any actual cheese.
Right, no
but
cheese.
It will taste like it has cheese.
Just as creamy.
Okay. So I'll put that in there and then blend this up.
Yes.
Okay. And do I need to go pretty high?
You do
with
start a little low and then you
Okay.
can kick it on high. All right, and you just want to blend until there's no grit remaining.
Okay, this might take a minute.
Yes, it does. About 1 minute actually.
Okay.
Sometimes 30 seconds if you're lucky.
I think that's probably key is to go long enough so that it gets completely
really
smooth.
creamy. And you'll know when you actually like touch it, put your finger on it a little bit, and there'll be a grit. And if you have any grit to it, then you know, blend it up for a few more seconds.
I can tell already it's getting really nice and creamy.
Yes. I mean, the fat in the cashews just adds such a good creaminess. And the great thing is it's a quarter of the calories versus using the heavy cream in mac and cheese.
That's nice. Okay, let me check it now. And you know, nuts, all kinds of nuts are really high in healthy, unsaturated fat, so they're really good for you.
Fiber.
And fiber.
Yes.
And I know like cashews have such a wonderfully mild, creamy kind of flavor and consistency.
Definitely. So yeah, just put your spatula in there, and then
What do you think?
you can actually just, if you touch it a little bit, and you'll feel if there's some grit. Or
It's a little bit of grit.
so just
Maybe I
give
should
it
go a
maybe
little-
10 more seconds, and then it'll be good to go.
Ladies, we do have a question from the audience, and that is, can you use a different nut, or does it need to be cashews?
You know, I have not tested this with a different nut. Cashews are so wonderful because they have such a higher fat content than other nuts. So I think to keep that real creaminess in this dish, you really should use cashews. That looks good. You can kind of tell on the edge when it gets really creamy.
Yeah.
So now you'll pop that top off, and we're actually going to add in the poblanos and onions. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting one thing. We have to add a little garlic in here.
Ooh,
You know, the garlic we just add in for about 30 seconds to a minute until you can really smell the garlic. So it releases all of its goodness.
I feel like I say this all the time, but I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good.
It has a little spice to it. Smell that spice.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, so now we will just add this
It's going to
in.
be very heavy, so I don't know.
No, I might just scoop it in. All right. Try and get it all in there since we'll add the pasta in here next.
Tons of good flavor here.
Yes.
What I love, you know, I think a lot of times people don't think of things like peppers and onions being vegetables, but they are. And they
Yes.
count towards your daily
They
vegetable goal.
do. And this is such a good way to hide them in there for the kiddos.
Okay.
Okay. So I can kick that skillet off now. And then I just want to pulse that a few times until it's not chunky.
Maybe I'll let you do it because I'm afraid I might
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, we'll just pulse it.
Don't want to get it wrong.
So we're gonna let it blend a little bit. It should just start to turn a green color.
That's nice. So you don't have big chunks.
Right. And you're getting all the flavor out of those veggies. Okay, that looks perfect.
Great.
So now we have the cooked pasta over there. All right, switch sides. And we will just, let's see, I have this off, right? Okay, yeah. We're just gonna add the pasta right into the skillet. This is just some macaroni, but you also could use gluten-free pasta in here. Black bean pasta is really good.
There's so
Anything
many
just
great
to add.
alternate pasta options now.
Yes.
We do have another question. Melissa wants to know if you can sub green bell peppers into the poblanos.
So you could, yes. If you can't find poblanos, the green bell peppers would work. They just don't have quite the same amount of flavor. The poblanos are so flavorful versus green bells, they're a little watery to me. And then we'll just add this sauce right in. Oh, do we have a spatula sitting over there maybe?
yep, sorry.
Get all the sauce out. No sauce goes to waste. Okay, so I just like to toss it in the skillet so you don't miss out on any of that flavor that was left over in the skillet.
Oh, it's so nice and creamy. I mean, there's a lot
Yes.
of sauce.
Okay, so now I just let this hang out for a minute because I kind of like for the noodles to start to soak up a bit of the sauce and the flavor. And then I throw together the perfect topping.
Ooh, yay.
So here I have 1 cup of panko. You could use whole wheat panko, but I love the panko because it's nice and light and crispy. And then if you want to do this, Anne,
Sure.
a little spoon,
Grab.
just like a little spoon. Perfect.
Okay.
We're just going to add in a little olive oil
Okay.
to the breadcrumbs
Nice.
and then to an Italian seasoning mix.
Ooh, okay, so that's fun.
And then just stir that together so the olive oil kind of coats all the breadcrumbs.
Nice. And you get that herby hit.
Yes, and the crunch on the top of the,
I love the crunch.
and it's kind of like
Mac and cheese.
just a classic mac and cheese topping, I think, the breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then you just spread it around on the top.
Awesome. Now at home I would use my hands, but I will keep my hands out of this and use the spoon like a proper person.
Ooh, that's looking so good. I love a lot
Smells good.
of topping on there, just
Oh, I do
to give
too.
that different texture to the dish. And it's such a pretty green. It's definitely a great spring dish.
Ooh, good point. is really quick. I mean, I know you already had the pasta cooked, but it doesn't take long.
No, I mean, your pasta will cook in the time it takes you to saute and make the sauce. So it's like ready in under 20 minutes. So a great weeknight meal. And you could definitely toss in some peas or any other, if your kids like love some of those other veggies, you could just toss them in. But now we're gonna pop this under the broiler to get those breadcrumbs nice and toasted and like super crunchy.
Open this for you.
Touch warm. All right. And now you really have to watch because this will go real fast and you definitely don't want to burn those breadcrumbs.
So I'm super excited. We're close to being able to taste it.
I know, to dig in.
So let us know if you have any other questions.
Yes.
I mean, it is a pretty straightforward, easy recipe, which I love.
Yes.
So we did have a question about, someone understands you're going to be at the Nashville Veg Fest.
Yes.
Coming up?
Yes, this Saturday I'll be doing a live cooking demo in Nashville, just making a few more really yummy dishes, showing you how to make veggies not only taste delicious, but also in a healthy way that your whole family will love, even the meat eaters. They won't complain.
I love that. What I love about something like this is, you know, this is so easy to pull together, like when you get home from work. It uses very few ingredients, but the ingredients are really impactful.
Yes. And this is already done. I'll tell you, it only takes 1 second.
That looks
And that is
great.
perfect.
Oh my goodness, that looks amazing.
And you'll notice how the noodles will have soaked up just the perfect amount of sauce.
Ooh, that looks great.
So let's dish it up.
So I'm super excited to taste this.
Yeah, this is my favorite part.
Oh,
That like
yeah.
good crunch. And you can also, you know, definitely taste it and season it with salt and pepper to taste. I think everyone's salt palate is so different, so I like to wait till the end and people can just season it themselves.
I think that's a good strategy, and I mean, certainly at Cooking Light, we are very cognizant of sodium and salt. And it's funny, like if you are trying to cut back on salt, I think start with a little bit.
Yes,
like that.
always in the beginning.
And you'll be surprised sometimes at how it's the perfect amount. You don't have to add a
Well,
a
yeah,
ton.
when you build the salt within each ingredient, you pull out the flavors of the ingredient along the way, which then you don't need as much salt at the end.
This is great. I'm so excited to eat this. I can't wait to try. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm super excited to be here today with Bailey. Please check out her
Thank you for having
website.
me.
If you're in Nashville, go see her at Veg Fest.
Yes, this Saturday.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe so that you'll get notifications when we go live. And if you're watching on Facebook, please share and like our page. Thank you.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yum.